Hello, everyone. Welcome
Burgers.
back. Fucking dude. Welcome back to the channel. I am Cole Wolfrun. These are my lovely players for Blood and Divinity in the realms of Alovar. With an ominous name like that, only great things can happen, right? In the last session, the party was all at the Festival of the Gods, and some crazy stuff went down, including numerous explosions that destroyed every statue except for the 3 statues of the Creator Gods. Which everyone was like, that's a little weird. Gluten did his gluten thing and hit things real hard.
I
Our
hit things real hard.
our just sweet, lovable little guy Victor totally wasn't suspicious at all, and our fret boy Bo was just suspicious of everyone.
Demonetized.
And Ixion was just Ixion. That's the best way to put that. Ixion was Ixion. And then there were 3 very different reactions to Kylan's Alovar arriving. Pasha, fuck no! Gluten, yay! And Bo, shit, I have to go to work.
My boss is here. Oh no.
Well, kinda. He's not officially, but like mostly.
It's basically.
Also, just so you guys know, both Icarus and I are sick with the coughs and the sneezes. So if you're just, if you see me tapping my mic, I am sneezing or coughing
So if I mute in the middle of a convo, sorry, but I'm not coughing right into this.
Noted.
Oh, I did that in one of my Let's Plays the other day, and I heard it. I heard it back. I had to edit out that audio segment because it was. Oh, I was like, oh my ears. So, where we left off, everyone was about to go to sleep. Our boy Victor went to sleep pretty quick. He got a visit from his patron.
Nothing happened.
And nothing happened. The Dami Mommy did not appear in his dreams.
The who?
Interesting choice of words. Cool.
The heavily armored. Well, I'm not going to say what she is yet, but clearly powerful being that none of the party knows about. Doom's getting flashbacks.
1,000?
So, you all are about to go take your rest at the bar, with the exception of Ixion, who does not sleep. Everyone has their own room. And
I called my mom.
called your mom. She gave you virtual head pat space, or like long distance head pats.
Yeah.
And as you all like kind of lay down to go to bed, I'm just gonna say, Bo, you seeing Kylan's dragon has dredged up some memory. It's not the same dragon for sure, but as you close your eyes, you are reliving those moments, your error of thinking you were leading an enemy squad into a Titan dragon's lair, only to discover it was actually the corpse of a Titan dragon, and living within it was a time dragon. And you keep seeing this dragon in their memory just doing all sorts of crazy magic, like with one twirl of his hand, he aged one of your soldiers till he was dust. And with another, he ripped all of the skin, completely flayed an enemy, and then just let him rot. And then this last thing you remember is you being levitated up in front of the dragon's third eye. As the only word you could discern from what he was saying was different. But you don't know what this means. You've had this dream for a while, and it keeps repeating over and over. And you wake up about halfway through a long rest, in a cold sweat.
Why me? Why me?
And you don't get a response. And I'm going to need a wisdom saving throw.
going to be a 19.
For a brief moment, as you look at your hands, they are covered in ashes and blood of your squad, who you let in there. But then you realize it's just an illusion, and your hands are clean. At least, at a glance, they are.
Bo would get up, go to like the mirror, like the sink mirror in his room, pull out his dagger and shave the stubble that had grown onto his face. Just, it's weird because he's very still, very poised, but spiritually he's shaking.
As you look at yourself in the mirror, the image you see is the man you are, man you grew up knowing, but something feels wrong when you look into your own eyes through this mirror. And for a brief moment, it looks like your reflection smiles at you.
Right as he finishes the shave, it's pristine, it's smooth, but he's going to set down the dagger, and in seeing the smile, just fist to mirror, just...
As you punch the mirror, it shatters, and your hand gets sliced in a few different places. We'll just say you take 3 points of slashing damage. But you look down at the mirror, at the broken pieces, and for a second, a brief second, your face is still exactly where it was in all the shattered pieces. The same crooked smile. And the eyes flash white.
What do you want, coward?
The image changes to an image of... Well, actually, give me an insight check.
Okay. What is my insight? 6.
It stays on your face, but the eyes keep changing to different eyes. And you swear at one point you see one purple and one white. But then it changes back to 2 blue, and it changes to 2 red. Changes to a pair of what look like dragon eyes. And then the image completely disappears from the mirror. And the glass in the mirror starts to shake as time seems to take its toll on them, and it turns into sand. Just on the ground. And then the sand just disappears. Seems like it seeps into the wooden floor somehow.
Bo would probably, in seeing this, look around the room. Part of the shaving, right? It was like hyper vigilant cleaning of everything. The room would be similar to a military barracks, just spotless. He would grab his things from his bed and go back out to the bar.
Okay.
I know it's early. I know it's not, whatever, but Bo, after that, needs a drink.
So, you walk back out, and it's now probably like 5 a.m. And we'll say you don't get a long rest, but you can take a short rest. And as you walk out, Giuseppe's nowhere to be seen, and behind the counter instead is a beautiful, what appears to be a shadow elf woman. She has slightly darker tinted skin, but still like a gray skin tone that the shadow elves are meant to have. She's got dark eyes. And shadow elves, unlike their counterparts, or light elves, are fairly common in Rivera. So, she's just sitting there. She has long violet hair. She's just wearing like a fairly simple black like tavern keeper dress. And you look and she has 2 what appear to be like almost sapphire eyes that look very similar to 2 of the eyes you saw in the mirror. She just sees you come down. She goes, "Oh, hello. Trouble sleeping?"
The sleeping is easy enough. It's what follows that is difficult.
She pulls out a bottle of what looks to be just a clear liquid with dwarven runes on it. She goes, I hear dwarvish vodka's good for getting rid of dreams.
That works for me.
She pours you a shot and just hands it to you and just goes, on the house, you seem like you need it.
If anyone was there, you would actually see Bo. He jolts as if he hears someone or maybe thought someone might be there. And then he takes the shot and would just wait, probably, for everyone else to wake up or someone else to show up that he found worth investigating.
She looks at you, she pours you a couple more and just leaves them out for you. And she just goes, if you need anything else, my name is Mara, and I'll be here for the rest of the night. She just walks away. And her skin, also, almost like at a glance, seems to like glisten like it's starlight for a second.
Many blessings, Mara.
She just turns away, and that's where we're going to pan to the next person who would walk in from outside after we have their fun time. Hey, Ixion.
Hey, Cole.
I like how Icarus just like, Cole, stop! And I'm like, never! This is the roleplay episode, damn it. We'll have plenty of time. This is going to be a decently long campaign. We got time. But I'll say with Ixion, because I know Ixion had a little bit of thoughts seeing Kylan's dragon. So I would say that like the dragon is just out, like near where Kylan is staying, which appears to be a larger manor near the center of town. And do you want to go try to examine the dragon, as we talked about last time briefly?
I would actually like to go talk to the dragon.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Whether they talk back or not, that's fine.
this is an adult radiant dragon, so they can communicate telepathically, as some adult dragons can. They don't have, like, vocal cords, but magic. So,
Of course.
you walk up, and she literally is, like, wrapped around this manor, like, her head's just, like, draped down, like, near the entrance, almost as if, like, kind of in a first line of defense if someone tried to break in, just burst of flame, death. Looks like she's positioned there on purpose. She's got silver scales with blue frills going all the way, 3 rows of blue, like, frills going down her back all the way down to her tail, and large wings that the underside is, like, gem blue, like, dark blue. And as you approach, she just turns her head and just looks at you. And she, like, kind of creeps forward at you until the point where you're like this big. If this is her face, you're like this big.
Okay. So, as she gets nearer, Ixion is going to bow their head, and then boop the snoot, and say hello.
And you hear in your mind, didst thou just touch my nose?
I did. Would you like to touch mine?
Cannot believe I'm rolling to see if this dragon boops Ixion's snoot.
Sharp!
She lets out a little puff of radiant flame that just the tip of your nose.
Well, that was a bit spicy.
You.
So, are you?
You are not from here.
I don't think many are from here, actually. You're not from here either.
You are not from this. She leans in really close. So she goes, huh. What do you want?
Well, I thought I knew what I want. wanted. What I wanted, yes. But I've been informed that I want something else. So I suppose I'm hunting for someone else.
Who do you hunt?
Well, I have to find one that is like me.
I have never seen anyone like you.
Nor have I, but apparently I should be on the lookout.
Her
I
eyes
have
kind of
to
like white. You see her
and
pupils kind of dilate, and you feel her trying to poke into your mind. Are you going to allow... She can see your surface thoughts. Are you going to allow her in deeper?
no,
Then you need to give me a wisdom saving throw.
I'm on it. Ixion doesn't care for that. So, okay. No, go back. D&D Beyond, we're not doing this today. Okay.
Oh, D&D Beyond. You mess up so
No.
often.
Ooh, okay. So that's a dirty 20.
Okay. You pass. I'm actually kind of surprised by that. So, like, you block her a little bit, but what are your surface thoughts? Because she can still sense those.
So, surface thoughts, Ixion crosses their arms and looks up and says, well, that's not very nice. Usually you ask before you enter. Maybe that's more of a human thing. I suppose when you're your size, you just kind of go wherever you want, huh?
Usually. But you are different. I wanted to see what you are.
You could just ask.
Though I suppose what you are is not as important as who you are.
I'll give you 3 guesses.
She's kind of... You see what looks like would be a laugh if dragons were capable of physically laughing. Little, like, Chris Bunch, she just goes, "You're very interesting. Come back
I think you're
tomorrow.
interesting.
Come back tomorrow. I need to sleep."
I will. And if you would consider your friend, he's all right. But I think that we would have a much better time. Think on that. Think about your 3 guesses. And,
As you say that, she just says, "There's not a person alive I would trust more than him. He has saved my life more than times than you can count. And any threat to him will be met with dragonfire."
well, I don't think I need to hurt him. I didn't intend to. I just thought that maybe we would have a better time. It's okay. I understand.
I see
We'll do it
Doom's
now.
over there like, "Please don't try."
Ixion just wants a dragon.
You could just feel a little bit of, like, even the, like, idea of her having any righter than him pissed her off so much. So that might have been a little bit... actually, no, let's do a retroactive roll persuasion to see how much you pissed her off, if she's even willing to talk to you anymore.
Amazing. Okay.
I could be a better boyfriend than...
And that's exactly it. Oh, yeah. Ixion's like, listen.
Listen,
Way better.
there are other dragon riders out there who you probably could be a better rider than there.
Oh, my gosh.
Thanksgiving, you can totally do better than him.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. You said roll persuasion, right?
Y'all are insulting the boy that y'all love from my book. Thank you very much. Well, not...
No, I'm not. I love him.
I think Pasha's just happy he didn't immediately call her dad. He's like, "They're cute."
Oh, this is going to be so bad for me close to the end of the game. That's a 23.
So she's still mad, But she's not she'll still talk to you.
Okay.
If you had rolled a nat 1, she probably would have puffed fire at you and you would have had to just run away. But, so she wraps her head around, like, the top of the tower and then just, like, glares at you until you leave, basically.
So Ixion is going to say, "Oh, I see. Message received. I mean, he's not too bad looking, I suppose." And so they're going to turn on their heel.
Oh! No! No!
Which up. So Ixion's just gonna kind of like wander back, humming a tune on the way back to the tavern.
Okay. So as you come back, you wander around, and as you walk back in, Bo is just sitting taking shots at the bar. It's about 5:30 in the morning, or the equivalent of. I changed everything else about my world's calendar, like how many days are in a week, how many months there are. But the one thing I kept in seeing the same as the 24-hour day, because I didn't want to deal with that extra hours.
I get that. Is Bo back? Is Bo's back to the tavern door?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So Ixion moves really, really quietly. And so Ixion is going to just come and stand like right behind Bo. Entirely too close. Going to sniff. And go, "So you're kind to drink so early?"
It's not in a sense of intention, but like reflex. They're like in that split moment, even before that first word is out, there's a dagger to your neck.
So Ixion looks up and then like down their nose and go, "Oh," and pulls a glowing whip out of their back pocket and goes, "I have a spicy tool too. You don't have to stab me though."
Apologies, you reminded me of someone. And he's gonna put the dagger back.
Ixion puts the whip back in their hip pocket, tilts her head to the side and goes, "Oh, well, it seems that that's unfortunate for me."
What were you saying when you approached? Apologies, I am becoming familiar with dwarven culture.
Aren't you supposed to be sleeping?
I don't need too much rest.
Ixion's gonna, if, with your permission, put their hands on his face and like turn his head side to side, and then be like, "I think you have assessed him properly."
Well, I suppose, and then he's gonna turn back to the bartender with a little bit of that, like, not like a full turn, just like,
Yeah.
maybe I should sleep more if that's. I just don't tend to sleep well.
Ixion's gonna stare for a long time. Is this new?
Not new as in this is the first time. It's been a few nights.
Oh. I see. Before you could float?
I still feel like you're messing with me.
I've been told that I'm unsettling, but I will tell you that I don't know what that means. When you say that I am messing with you, I have. And so finally, Ixion is going to remove their hands from his face. Um, and is going to look around and be like, "No, I've not made a mess. Um, I think you're going to have to explain it to me in a little bit different way."
It's funny, Cole. How drunk do you think Bo is right now?
Well, considering dwarven vodka, so dwarven vodka is special because there's already elven vodka, which is made with potatoes, as is the normal.
Sure.
Dwarves have a special type of edible rock that only their teeth are strong enough, and maybe sometimes Kolsar teeth can bite through, and they use it to make this vodka. So, give me a con saving throw. It's just a fun little lore thing that I really like. That my dwarves are Russian and they made rock vodka.
Fair, fair. Con save.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. 23.
You beat the DC of 21. You are not hammered. You are just buzzed. You've taken three. You've taken 3 shots of dwarven peach flavored rock vodka.
The reason I ask is it's funny, Ixion, because Bo thinks you are messing with him. And he's like, I don't float. And as he says this, he's going to reach for his glass, but it's going to come to his hand. And he's gonna grab your hand as it was just on his face. He's gonna grab your hand, pull his glass, and say, "I don't float," and then turn back to the bar, and the cup is probably an inch or 2 off your palm, just floating there.
We all float down here.
Right? So Ixion's gonna look at the glass and say, well, unless you see my wings, I don't fly. Did you see wings?
I guess besides your ears or your makeup, I guess not.
And how about that glass?
How about the what? Sorry?
No matter. I don't know how to tell you this. I think you think you're normal, but as someone who is not normal, I can tell you that you are abnormal. And maybe, do you carry parchment?
I do. He has a notebook he pulls out.
Okay, so Ixion is going to take the parchment, and it's going to. Is there a pen nearby?
There's probably
would have.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Okay.
I do have writing material, which I'll get into why later. But yeah, Bo actually has an entire like cartography set. So he's a rugged individual, but like this is the one piece that he has that is like spotless, right? It's funny enough, you can tell his most cleaned, organized possession.
Okay. I love it.
As he would provide a parchment and pen, quill, that sort of thing.
Perfect. Okay. All right. So Ixion is going to slide the paper in front of them, and at the top of the page, in very neat handwriting with lots of swirls, they're going to write "odd shit today." Write a line, and then below it, they're going to be like, "I flew. The glass hovered. Bad dreams for 3 days." I just slide it straight over and be like, "There, you started your list."
You are abnormal. But what else is new?
I don't know if I was supposed to feel insulted or flattered, but I was flattered.
Would
Yep,
you
I
like
think
a
that was
drink?
the end of that sentence. I would like a drink.
All right. Again, similar to the dragon, but based off of how Bo has presented himself, he is going to cast Detect Thoughts without knowing that he's doing it. So you are going to feel a kind of blundering. The dragon probably is more polished with their magic. But there's like a knock or a tumble into your mind as Bo is just trying to figure out what you're saying in this moment as he casts Detect Thoughts.
So the door is gonna kind of like the door in their mind will kind of like fling open and it'll feel really cold. And Ixion is going to say, "Add this to the list."
I don't understand what you mean.
You're new to magic, but life is going to be much harder for you. I'm sorry.
Bo is going to do like a quick 360 of like your thoughts. What does he see? Like what are you kind of showing him in this moment?
Okay. So it'll be the first thing you'll see is the scene from earlier of everyone dancing at the event that they were all at earlier before everything went bad. And it'll be a zoomed out, so it'll be Ixion and Bo floating and dancing. And then the next one is going to be Ixion, Ixion kind of sitting outside at night while everyone else goes to sleep and all of the lights turn out. Ixion.
Oh, can't hear you, Hatter.
We lost you, Hatter.
Oh no.
Oh, you're back.
Oh, hey, there you go.
Was it back?
Ixion, yes, sorry.
Why, Fifi, why? One moment.
Oh, for Pete's sake.
I think it's good now.
Okay.
You're good. Yeah. It was just we cut most of it. It just cut out
I know
towards
you
the
can
end
hear
there.
me, but I can't hear you at all.
Oh no.
Fix it.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So sorry. And then the last one is going to be a little bit of an accident. So it's going to be a flash, and then it's going to kind of like disappear into stardust. So, so the last one is going to be a much younger version, purple, long hair, sitting on the edge of the mortal plane, like holding on to different pieces, crying. There is like silvery blood pooling down the side of their face. And it's going to be just a flash, and then it's going to dissipate. And Ixion's going to say, "Well, I think that's enough of that." And then immediately will be like shoved out as fast as humanly possible.
Cole, on that last shot, I got an 8 on the con save, so I think Bo's gonna have a moment of like turning.
He's plastered.
Yeah, child, don't cry. That's a lot of blood, and just as you're kind of dismissing, he's gonna kind of just stumble and fall.
Oh my gosh. Can Ixion like catch his? Is he going towards the floor or towards the?
He goes face first into the bar. Just.
Okay. So without looking, Ixion is going to just reach a hand out and like catch his face, and then just like slowly set it down on the bar and pat him on the back of the head and be like, "I told you needed more sleep."
I'll say he's out. Just...
And now you can get a long rest. And
Work.
Ixion, you get the benefits of a long rest, even though you don't need them. So morning comes, and we'll get to you, gluten. But all I'll say is, Victor, when you wake up and you have a splitting headache, and it feels like the whole around your neck just feels hot.
Hey, yo.
Yeah. All right. Fine. Is there actual like? It just feels like that.
It just feels like it. It's not fit. There's nothing physically there.
Okay.
It's just from when she yanked in your
Lane's
dream.
My leash. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it. How long does this normally linger for?
The neck that you're gonna be good, and the neck thing like fine. It's just her little way of being like, remember, you're mine. The headache. It depends, man. Sometimes it's like an hour. Other times it's all day.
Pop an Advil, it's fine. Okay. Yeah, he's going to kind of... Actually, he will start getting ready for the day and then remember what his new mission is. And realize he has to go find all those freaks he saw yesterday and try to start making friends with them. And the first person he thinks of is Bo. And he does not want to see Bo. Because he knows that Bo recognized him and he doesn't want to mess with that. Then he thinks of Gluten and also doesn't want to talk to Gluten either. So I think he jumps to either Ixion or Pasha as like reasonable people to speak to first thing in the AM to start whittling his way into what might be a group that's forming here. So whomever he meets first, Cole, as he kind of
On that note,
packs up and gets ready, you know, walks out into the hall, you know?
on that note, Gluten.
Oh, fuck.
Hello.
What do you do this morning?
I jump out the window.
Why do you jump out the window?
Gluten's gonna cast fly on himself. Open the window. This is at like maybe 5:30 in the morning, and he's gonna do his morning ritual of trying to see how high he can go.
So as you cast fly, you go higher and higher, and you get... Actually gonna have fun with this. You get up higher than you've ever gotten before, and you're really excited until you look down. And the city looks like a model from how high up you are. And at that
That's my
moment,
breathing.
your breathing gets short, and then your fly spell, you feel something kind of like hit your mind, and you plummet.
Whoa. How fast am I falling?
Pretty fast, but I imagine you let out a pretty big yell.
Yeah, the dragon.
You feel you fall for a minute and you almost pass out until you feel two claws grab you, and you look up and it's Aurelia. She heard you,
Yeah.
and you hear in your mind, "Stop doing dumb things."
Kylan told me to do this one.
You are not a warden. You do not have what you need to go that high. Your breath is still like, and then she guides you back down, and she, with her claws, puts you back in your room.
Oh, okay. How wrecked did the town look from above?
Pretty.
Okay.
Well, half the town looked fine, and then the other
Yeah.
half, it looked like a kid knocked over half their Legos.
Okay. How heavy did some of the stuff look? Like if I were to clean up some debris.
I mean, you could, but you'd have to walk out. You'd have to go back out to do that.
Yeah. I think he'll exit his room.
It's at this point that you walk out and you bump right into Icarus. Literally
Oh, hi,
bump. Or into Victor.
Victor.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
It's new campaign, sorry.
Hi.
Morning. Sorry. Morning.
You want some bread?
Me off guard. Breakfast? You mean?
Yeah,
Yes, I was planning to find the rest of your group, too.
my group.
Yes, I was assuming.
I don't know those people. Well, I know Bo. Bo's my friend.
Good to know.
Well, my friend as of last night.
Oh,
Do you want to spar?
sorry.
You want to spar?
Want is a strong word. I can. Do you want to?
I'm asking you first. I did. I only want to if you want to.
I'll pass today, I think. Sorry.
Okay, no problem. It just seemed like you were kind of new to the sword thing.
Kind of new to it. No, I've pretty well adjusted with it at this point.
Okay.
For years.
It's longer than me.
You seemed very well versed yesterday.
I learned from the best, Kylan.
Oh, you don't seem to be a member of the.
No, he kicked me out.
Sorry to
He
hear.
called me incompetent.
I'm really sorry to hear that.
It's at this point he'll hand you a cinnamon bun.
Take it. And then I think he'll take a bite of it, and I think motion towards the staircase. Just, do you want to get a drink? It's early. I'm not.
It's
a drink.
5. Are you okay?
I made a bad impression yesterday. I'm trying to figure out how to
I
correct that.
I thought you were just maybe hangry or something.
Not quite, but on the right angle. Yes, I was overstimulated.
Hmm.
Good word.
I don't know what that word means, but
A lot
Okay.
happened, and my head was very loud.
oh, that word I know.
Yes, so I was dealing with that, so I just needed to get away from people for a little bit. But
Yeah, of course.
it might have come across rude, and my parents raised me better than that.
What are your parents like?
The drink, huh? I'm gonna put a hand on his shoulder, start walking.
On
downstairs.
on that note, as you guys head downstairs, Pasha, you wake up and you slept great. You didn't get too drunk last night. You have a lot of aches and pains from getting bit and clawed. You got a couple scars on your back now that are going to be hard to explain to your father, but including one that goes right over your shoulder. With
Ain't that just the way?
like you have a big scar from a bite mark on your shoulder now.
Like it, Picasso.
I mean, the fang was like this big, so it's just one hole.
Okay, not Picasso.
That's not Picasso.
Not Picasso.
It's like healed after you were healed by Ixion, but it's still, or gluten, one of the two, but it's still there.
Yeah, like it's very noticeable, I'm sure.
So, and you can hear gluten talking right outside your room, and that's kind of what woke you up, is him just loudly talking, and then you just hear the mumbles of Victor, you hear mumbling when Victor talks.
I
But
don't even know if you'd recognize his voice. He didn't talk a whole lot yesterday.
well, you hear a mumbly voice, and then responses that are so loud and clear.
Well, yeah, oh, I'm actually supposed to protect Pasha. I should see if they're awake.
He'll stop in the hallway. He has to meet all these people anyway. Let's just get it all out of the way now. He's gonna stay with gluten.
So here, gluten knocks on your door.
Pasha, are you awake? Oh, that's too loud.
Oi, why are you yelling? What time is it?
I don't know how to read time.
Time is a goal.
It's
8
like
a.m.,
Like-
it's like 6:30.
6:30.
Yeah, it's early.
Is it like light outside? Like she can see
A
sunlight?
little bit. Yeah, there's a little bit of sunlight.
Okay, so like she's waking up and everything, and of course, like she's moving kind of slow, and on the bed you'll see like a few bandages because obviously she tried to change what she could and everything, but also like a bunch of parchment crumpled up, just littered across the bed. You see ink and everything, and she notes that she does have a bit of ink on her fingers, but she just kind of rubs it off and just jumps out of bed to go to the door. And of course, she's like a little cranky because she's sore, her head hurts, it's early, so she just yanks open the door, and you can see her face is just looking super, just like,
Hello.
what can I kill you right now?
He's waiting by the door with a cinnamon bun in hand. Hello.
And she's like, you see the cinnamon bun? She's like, I'm not gonna be mean. Thank you.
He's gonna hand it to you.
Why are y'all outside of my door? And she looks between Gluten and Victor and is just like, what's
Well, first I jumped out my window and I went really high, and then a dragon caught me because I started to fly. Oh, wait, that rhymed. I'm a poet, and I didn't even know I was doing that. And then I came out, and then I ran into Victor, and then I asked Victor about his parents, and then he seemed to avoid the question, and then now we're here.
Good morning. Nice to meet you.
good morning? Gluten,
Yep.
has you know you're not anything with wings or anything like that.
I can fly.
Okay, we're gonna pocket this so I have a stiff one. I need something to drink.
It's 7 in the morning.
We're talking about a stiff coffee, okay? Like she likes her coffee black, okay?
I could go for a coffee too right now, actually.
All right. I guess I'm not gonna get much sleep now that
I'm sorry, I was loud.
I don't think you can help it, and I guess
I can't. I've tried.
I don't doubt it. I
Even my body makes noise when I move, and then he sort of like jingles his plate armor.
Yeah, he's in full armor still.
Yeah.
And she's just like, of course, like she has a cinnamon bun, so she uses like one hand's like, okay, enough. I got it. I got it.
Clang, 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 clang.
Like, got it. Okay.
Put my hand
Now
on
we
both his shoulders and like physically stopping him from jumping anymore.
Oh.
Coffee.
So as the three of you walk downstairs, you see
Yeah.
Ixion like patting a passed out Bo's back as he is just on the bar snoozing.
So, from Pasha and Gluten's perspectives, then, does it look like Bo left the bar at any point, or did it look like
No.
he passed out here?
No.
It looks like he just passed out here because last time they saw him, he was down here. He was the last to go up to his room, but this is your new boss, Gluten.
And Pasha's
I'm
just like
gonna-
shaking her head, like, my father does not know what he has, and he thinks I'm bad. All right. All right.
I think Bo, Gluten's. You're gonna hear in your mind. Hey, are you awake yet? Did you stay in here overnight? That was a really bad idea if you did. I can heal you if you do. Do you need to be alarm clock? Gluten.
So from your perspective, Bo, this just feels like you're dreaming about Gluten talking to you, just like, and I'll let you interpret how Bo takes that.
Yeah, if Cole allows, there's this moment where, like, Bo is, head on the bar. He kind of jostles things, and you see he does this just like wipe of his face. And he's a commander in the military. This is not the first time something like this has happened. But as he turns, the group would see, like, last time you saw him, he looked more human. He looked a little more like Aragorn, like beard, like real tousled hair. Now it's like completely clean shaven. You see a lot more of his elven features. And he's gonna just in like one swift motion just tie his hair that is pretty long. Just tie it back into a ponytail. Gluten, yes.
Hello.
No, I did not spend the night here. Yes, I did spend some time here. Ixion was showing me some tricks, and I guess I nodded off. Coffee, anyone?
Sleeping on the job, eh?
The job wasn't awake yet, it would appear.
It is
Good morning, by
6:30.
the way.
I agree, but, well, one of your friends does not think it's that early.
It's called
I flew.
work-life balance, darling. Coffee is for everyone. I prefer mine with elven vanilla, if you don't mind.
Sounds interesting, but I like it a little bit stronger. The vanilla, we'll add it a little bit later. I'll give it a try.
Nothing
I
wrong
have
with
apple
taste.
juice.
At this point, the young, well, you can't tell she's young. The shadow elf woman walks up. This is your first time seeing her, Ixion. You see a shadow elf, and your entire body is just like racked with you just kind of shut down for a second because of the guilt you feel every single time you see one of them. And she
Shadow
just
elf are dark elves, yeah?
well, there's like the original two, which are light and shadow elves, and dark elves are like a sub race of shadow elves, and high elves are, at least according to what people know, of course, the common knowledge is that high elves came from light elves, and then the other races of elves just came from either dark elves or high elves, like they're subspecies. But like anyway, so it's like. This is kind of the equivalent of you, but you know. I don't have to say it. You know what they are. And he walks up, and the rest of you, Gluten, this is definitely your first time seeing a shadow elf. But for everyone else, you definitely would have seen one, because they're not common in the Deer Guild, but they're very common with the rest of Rivera. Not very common, but common enough. And she just walks up, and she's, I heard it. And she, coffee for Pasha. Coffee with the vanilla for Bo. And she looks at Ixion, or no, Ixion first, and goes, and how would you like your... You have gorgeous eyes.
Ixion is going to struggle, normally is very, like, bright and glowy, and all of a sudden is very dim. And is trying to... it's almost like they're trying to blend in with what's around them without actually hiding. Nothing for me. Thank you.
She looks over at Victor, and for you...
With honey, preferred?
She gives you some coffee with honey. And for you, Biggin... He looks up at Gluten.
Hello. You're pretty.
Thank
Can
you.
I have some apple juice, please?
Apple juice.
Or orange juice. Any sort of... I like sugar.
Right. We have tea.
Ew.
I can give you milk?
I'm okay, thank you.
She pours you a glass of water and hands it to you.
That works. Gluten's gonna take a bag of sugar out and a spoon and just sort of scoop sugar.
Oh, God, Gluten. Not again.
This explains a lot. As possibly
What?
babysitting her coffee.
That's something that Connor actually does in real life.
Dude.
Same.
That also actually explains a lot. So, you got...
It's like 5 or 6 scoops of sugar.
Oh my...
So as Gluten does, she just goes, wow. And she just sends to Bo, well, have fun with that. And then she looks at Ixion, and her eyes are like drawn to Ixion.
You have a problem, Mara?
No, just very, very beautiful. Sorry, shouldn't stare. She turns around and like walks behind the bar.
So Ixion is going to say, wait.
Yes.
So I want to just a second. Trying to figure out what I wanted to do. Okay. Okay. So Ixion is going to reach a hand across the bar. Say, if I may.
She's going to reach her head out in her with her dark gray skin and just like, okay.
Ixion's going to cast protection from evil and good.
Okay. And as you do this, you can actually tell, like, she is not one of the originals. She is not one who was forced to, well, let's just say, forcibly removed. But her parents or grandparents were. Shadow elves used to be immortal until a certain event happened, and now they live slightly longer than a high elf.
You are abnormal.
Is Bo talking to Ixion? Ixion's going to turn and look at Bo and say, "Takes one to know one." She's going to squeeze the Shadow Elf's hand and let go. And say, "You are beautiful. And I hope that today is better than the day before." And they're going to take about 5 steps away from the bar and go stare at a wall panel.
Mara just looks very confused. Well, in my line of work, I can usually tell when someone's flirting with me, but that was very confusing. And she just goes back to cleaning the bar, and she's just like, looks very confused. As I imagine most of you also.
Yeah.
Which, so from y'all's perspective, they did that, literally took 5 steps and just started staring,
Like,
nose
they're
to a wall.
watching the set is what I'm hearing. They're in
Yes.
the corner looking at the wall.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Ixion,
Yes.
would you like a mammoth ear?
From the animal. Why do you care?
No, he's gonna pull out of the bag like a. If you've ever had a beaver tail, he pulls out a beaver tail. It's like a, for the audience, it's like a cooked piece of dough with a bunch of sprinkles and sugar on top.
Connor's Canadian.
Yeah. Well, he dear bud.
Beaver tail? What?
I'm,
Yeah.
I'm like, elephant.
I mean, that was
elephant ear.
interesting. I like it.
Yeah. Elephant ear. Yeah.
Mammoth ear.
Hello. Do you want a pastry?
I love a pastry.
Here you go.
And it's like a switch. So
Holy shit, you moved fast. I'm sorry for cursing.
So they take the pastry and look up and go, "You put love in all of these, don't you? That's why they taste good." And
Yeah.
so they're gonna take a bite and like just all the way back up in mood and everything, like the lights back on again.
Well, would you like a pastry?
Bo would be ignoring you, Gluten, kind of on purpose. He's probably done this before, right? Where it's like, you're giving good energy, but right now
Yeah.
he's pulled out his quill and ink and he's written an order of protection from the Fangs of Aradel for the owner and establishment of what was the Lucky Rabbit's Foot Tavern. So essentially like, hey, you mess with this girl, you mess with the commander of the Aradel force. He pulls out a stamp. It's funny because it's like he's usually pretty sloppy, but this is something he's super neat and organized, and he stamps it and he gives it to Mara. Sorry for my less than professional morning. It won't happen again. Sorry, Gluten. What were you saying about bread?
Pastry. Want one? Hey, you already knew what I was going to ask you.
Of course. Do you have anything with cinnamon?
Yeah, actually, I have this Yorva coil. And he gives you a cinnamon bun.
Pasha waves
Right.
hers. It actually is pretty good with the coffee and bites.
Victor just holds his up too, half-eaten at this point.
So you guys are the only patrons awake at this point. So Marissa's and
Yeah,
you
'cause
guys,
it's stupid early.
you guys do hear the door open because somebody had a thought that this was going to happen. And
Hello, Colin.
good morning. I imagine Gluten would get everyone up right and early. It's kind of what he does.
Pasha just
Is
like
that why I
looks
got
to the
kicked out?
side. I like. Yeah.
Good morning. I see Gluten's also giving you each one of his treats.
Would you like one?
Owlbear claw, please.
Yeah, he already had one in hand.
He looks down at the owlbear claw, and there's like a moment where it looks like he somewhat regrets kicking others. But then,
Doesn't want to like
then
it.
he looks up, but
loves
then he
it.
looks up and goes, "Ah." Just keeps eating. Anyways, first things first, Pasha, I believe you have something you said last night you wanted to give me this morning.
Yes. Please forgive me. She just looks down at the ink cans like, just give me 1 minute. I have to go back to my room. And so she just like kind of scurries away from the scene and then beelines back to her room. She's like picks up, slams open the door, and she like through the mess of like, the parchment like crumpled up. There is one letter that is addressed to her father. And just kind of to quickly skim over. It's just kind of like, Father, I hope this letter reaches you in good health. Please don't worry. I am safe simply taking the time for quiet reflection. The weight of expectations and the path set before me has given me much to consider, and I believe time and solitude will help me find clarity. You have always wanted the best for me, and I am grateful for your unwavering love and protection. Please trust that I am not acting recklessly, only seeking understanding in my own way. I will return when I am ready, stronger, and sure of myself. With love, Pasha. And of course, like, she just finds it out, like they'll do, folds it, runs back, and is like, just make sure he reads it, if you can.
If I had a nickel for each player in Blood and Divinity that had daddy issues, I'd have several nickels. Just a lot. But it's... So...
It wasn't my first time. I knew nothing.
So...
Did you choose me? Never.
He takes the letters and goes... I'll make sure he reads this, and I'll make sure he has no idea where you are.
Definitely the second part, please.
For now. You help me? And he just kind of smiles. He goes, right. Now, and he kind of looks at Ixion, who is sitting there munching, and goes, Then he just turns and scans the table, and he looks at Victor.
Hand over my fucking face. What's up, King?
Insight check. Roll me the appropriate modifier.
Okay. Is that 19?
Let's see how this goes for you.
Scared.
You're scared?
Yeah. I don't want him to know who I am. I ain't so
See how you roll. What'd you get?
19.
He just kind of looks at you and just goes, "You fought well yesterday, young man." And then in your mind you hear, "Lord Aronov, you and I will need to talk when you return."
Am I allowed to respond back in my head?
Uh-huh.
If.
Well, now I know. And he motions outside, and you see Aurelia just like laying down. Now she knows what you smell like. And he's just kind of like, the rest of you kind of see Kylan like look at Victor, and there's a little moment of like a, but then he just turns back to Bo. All right, Commander. I told you I would help you. In exchange, well, this helps me as well. The High Warden has forbid me from engaging in the wars between the Diabiod and Aradel. And it seems an old friend of yours is causing trouble near the border again.
It appears that with present company, and he would look to each person, I can handle the deer build.
So you say.
Does he say that out loud?
Mm-hmm.
Or just we're on. Oh.
Gluten, there's a little bit of that like shrug of like, I know your history, but he's serious.
We'll need you to head where, well, you cannot pass through the city of Fror. The gates are closed, and that is a direct entryway to the Deerbuild, where the fighting is the thickest right now. We've booked you passes on a ship from Gunray to cross the Motionless Sea to get in to the woods of the Vanir, which gives you direct access to the Deerbuild. There's also the city of Ulhalain nearby. And you can make your way to the capital of Ranifal, where I actually have a non-combatant request of you. You're a good soldier, but from what I recall, you're also a very good negotiator.
The request spoken is a request granted, of course.
I need you to talk to High King Koraga and request that he rein in his chieftains. And if he is behind this, I need you to find out why. He would order an attack. When he helped the kingdom, well, common knowledge at this point, he helped the kingdom overthrow the usurper. Without him, Eredale would still be ruled by a tyrant. So I attack. I don't want to believe that he has anything to do with this, and I need you to find out.
To our troops and to our king, I will make their purpose known.
And should you succeed, and this part he's going to tell you mentally, your most recent failure will be forgiven, and you will be allowed back to the front lines. Which confuses you, Bo, because you don't remember a failure.
Yeah.
There's the dream you keep having, but that's
in that same vein of like not remembering. Bo is going to respond, and he's never responded in this way to his commander. And I will be victorious. Blood and soul sacrificed, I will protect.
good.
And step back.
And he's going to go, well then. And he's going to start talking audibly, and then in your mind, he's going to tell you, well, he's going to start talking so that everyone can hear and just saying, like, basic, like, well then, I wish you all luck on your... But in your mind, he's going to say something completely different. He's going to say, keep an eye on young Lord Raven. I know you know who he is. Don't play dumb with me.
And it would become like he would understand that, like, hey, that little nugget in the back of your head, it would fall in that moment. Be like, okay.
Don't. And he's just going to keep talking, and then he's going to say, do not reveal that you know. I would like you to keep tabs on him. We still have not found the bodies of his family.
All right. You're cramping my style. I need to get into character, sir. If you can, I know you have other things to deal with.
He
I will watch over them.
he breaks it, and he just looks at Gluten. Gluten, I'm counting on you to keep Pasha safe, and Pasha, I'm
Speaking of that, you did mention money.
Right. He tosses you a coin purse with 2,000 gold in it.
Let's go. I love you, Dad.
I'm not your father.
You're like a father to me.
He looks like he really does not like that sentence was just uttered. And then he just... And Pasha, keep Gluten out of trouble.
She looks at Gluten and is like, do I get a tip for that? Or a little bit more time? You know, so you don't drop the ball to my dad? A little extra time?
Just help. And he looks over at Bo. Just help Bo. And once he succeeds in what he needs to do, I'll extend your little freedom from your father and even, possibly, give you a permanent safe haven with the wardens. We both know that you've been wanting to get out more.
Pasha's just kind of like stunned at the idea of even being offered being a warden, because like that leverage in itself is just.
And we did have the moment where he told Gluten if he succeeded that he would let him try to come back and be a warden again.
Yeah.
And then he's going to like just casually look at Ixion and be like, "Oh, by the way, you are Ixion, correct?"
Yes.
Aurelia said she wanted to speak with you.
Ah, yes. I was hoping you might have to shop for another dragon. Apparently, she's quite fond of you.
Had her since she was a baby.
Care for her well.
Always do. And you notice that even though his face and his like body, like he's got some scars, she is pristine.
Oh, my heart.
And he leaves in, even though he's going, "Bo, Gluten, I'm counting on you."
Absolutely.
And then telepathically again, "Victor, try not to get into too much trouble."
You can go now. Thanks.
That was rude. Oh, that was telepathic.
He stops in the door for a second, turns, looks back, and he goes, "Or I could just have you killed right now."
Still telepathically?
Mm-hmm.
You could try. You won't.
No, I wouldn't have to try very hard. And that's when he leaves.
He cracks a smile because he got that trick up his sleeve, but he's hiding that. He like finishes his coffee, I think, at that.
Which obviously Kylan doesn't know about the trick up the sleeve.
No, he doesn't. Which is why he's not scared at all. But yeah.
Thus ominous.
That's suspicious. That's weird.
Weird.
So, we'll just say Bo is still writing things as he walks away. So Kylan walks out. Aurelia he just starts petting Aurelia outside, and you guys can talk amongst yourselves a little. Actually, you know what? This is a perfect time to go on break until Caleb comes back. So we're gonna take our break, and then when we return, a little bit more roleplay, and then you guys can actually start getting ready to head west for Gunnery. But anyways, we'll be back in a few minutes, guys. Welcome back, everybody. We're back from our break. Doob is not allowed to be the decision maker of the party, ever.
I think fire.
So, as we were saying, like, Bo, you guys are still sitting at the table in the tavern, at the inn, and Ixion Aurelia the dragon is just standing there. She still looks kind of mad at you, but she's just seems a little soothed, and you do get the feeling that maybe you were a little wrong about Kylan as a Draggr, because he's, as I said, like, he's covered in, like, scars on his face and arms, and she is pristine. Her scales don't... She's got a couple of nicks here and there, but seems like when the push comes to shove, if it's him or his dragon, he chooses him, like, to get hurt. So you see this, and he's just petting her, and he's like just whispering in Draconic into her ear, and then she's looking at you, but she's just staring at you, and I'm gonna insight something. Maybe, are you going to try to lie or deceive her about what you are?
Well, first of all, I feel like Ixion would know what dragons like to eat for treats. I mean, aside from like, I don't know, the wayward sheep. But I feel like Ixion would have tried to procure some type of like a gift, as it were, like an apology gift.
So you guys see Ixion just pull out, like from the side, a cow's head, a roasted cow's head.
Where were you keeping that?
What?
Just like on the side of the bar, just pulls it out. They just pull it out.
Also, was what Kylan was saying to the dragon, was that important?
No,
'Cause-
it was just little matters of just like, oh,
Sure,
basically like, oh, you're a good girl kind of thing. And as the boars that it comes out from the back, and Ixion, you just see, or not the boar, the cow's head, big old head of cattle. Aurelia, you see her head just go perk up a little.
So Ixion is going to approach and where is Aurelia's head, like in relation to like their height?
If she leans down, her face is like, you're about as tall as her nose. Like from chin to nose.
Okay, cool.
Maybe a little taller.
All right. Okay. So so Ixion is going to hold up the cow's head and go, I feel as if I've made a misstep. I did not mean to insult you or you're a raggedy rider. I just wanted a new friend that could fly. So, here, I brought you a carcass.
She sticks out her tongue, wraps her tongue around the cow's head, and just back into her mouth. And just one, you just hear one big, and then she basically, thank you. He's unlike most mortals. And she got a nat 20 on that insight for a total of 34, by the way.
Yeah, no, okay. All right, hold on.
Adult Radiant Dragon.
Do they?
Go ahead, because this will take me just a second. Go ahead and ask what you're going to ask.
Do they come from the light realm?
No, Radiant Dragons were originally, they are the first children of Bahamut, who is the only, in my world, he's the only gold dragon. Gold dragons are not a thing, except for Bahamut. Because he's the god of the sun. Well, he's a lesser god of the sun, behind Godfrey.
Godfrey's my homie.
Okay, so yeah, I think that Ixion is going to try and shield the most important part from the dragon.
Okay. So she gets in your mind and she sees a lot. Actually, I'm going to roll a percentile die to see if you succeed.
Okay.
We're going to make this one a flat 50-50 chance. If it 1 through 50, that means that she doesn't see. 51 to 100, it means she sees. You are a very lucky person today, Ixion, because that was a 49.
Holy fuck!
Meaning, so she doesn't see the thing you don't want anyone to know about.
Okay.
But she does see your guilt about the Shadow Elves being forced out of Shinala. She does see that you are, in fact, a Light Elf. Now, when you say the big thing, so does that just mean the one big thing you did? Or do you want to hide who you were in the, like, hierarchy?
Okay. So if I get to choose,
Which one do you want to hide? Or I can do another. If you want to try to hide both, I'm gonna have to do another roll, and it'll be much harder.
okay, all right. So the one big thing that's something that they want to have hidden.
I
but,
won't
like,
say
if
it
they were-
aloud. I won't say it aloud for the party to hear,
Okay.
because this is. But she realizes who you were, and she just like turns her head and just goes. And then she just kind of like cocks her head back a little, and she's the Forgotten One.
Some things are worth forgetting.
Well, she injects some her knowledge of that event into your head, and you now know that the mortals of this world, the stories that have been told, apparently fed from Shinala, tell that there was a light elf who was in league with the Shadow Elves, who caused the event, and they are known as the Forgotten King, the Forgotten One. And that is how, and you have never really looked into if anyone knows anything because you've just been doing your thing for all this time. This is what the High Elves think of you, if they knew who you were.
Okay.
But all you know is they call you the Forgotten One.
So Ixion is going to look back up at Aurelia and say, from one ancient being who has to outlive many to another. What do I need to have you keep my secret?
She sits for a moment, and she just kind of looks up. Help them. I think you'll find what you're looking for, maybe.
Help them how?
Help them do their task.
Is this for him or for you?
It's for him, but it also benefits me.
I'm quite fond of these. Curious about one, but I have no ill will toward any of them.
She just picks her head up as Kylan gets mounted up ready to ride off, and he just like, right, and just calls into them. Bo, I expect reports weekly. And
That's normal.
Yep.
Sure.
And he holds up the letter to Pasha's family. He goes, I'm off to make a delivery before I head home. And then and the beat of the wings kind of staggers you a little bit, Ixion. But you're used to flailing about, so you just kind of do fine. And then she takes off. And you guys are left to proceed with your tasks.
Was the dragon in the tavern? Or
No,
did we
outside.
walk-
No, I said he called inside. He called to the inside of the
Right.
tavern because the door was still open, so he was just yelling at you.
Fair. I was just trying to.
He's trying to do the
I
math.
like the idea.
Big hole in the
The idea of a
ceiling.
dragon just chilling. Yeah, right.
I don't think the building would exist if an adult radiant dragon was in there.
Yeah.
She wouldn't fit.
He wants a coffee too. I
Just,
mean, come on.
Giuseppe would be going, "Hey."
Hey, hey, Bo.
Yes, gluten.
I noticed during the fight, your shield shattered.
What? No, and he's gonna pull it out, and you're gonna see that moment of like, it's full, and then as he shows it to you, the top third breaks off, and then the bottom third. I suppose it did. Fuck.
He reaches onto his back and pulls off. It looks like an eagle's wing, sort of shield. This is Stormwall. I want you to have it until you get a better one. Of course.
As he puts it on, does anything happen? Is it?
No, it's a normal shield. He just likes naming his stuff.
Okay.
Thank
you.
Hey, Ixion, I think we're gonna plan how where we're going. Do we want to fly there?
What?
Who can fly?
Pasha looks around like,
I can turn into something.
What?
turn into what?
Quetzalcoatlus.
Which those of you who know what a Quetzalcoatlus is, it is the size of what
Dinosaur.
It's a dragon-sized pterodactyl.
Bird. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
you're not allowed to skip ground travel, Doob. It's illegal.
I have.
You'll probably not be against that. That sounds like so cool.
Do we want to?
No, thank you.
I'm not really
No?
a big fan of heights.
Okay.
I rather enjoy
Wha-
heights, but okay.
I can turn into something else, like ground.
I have 2 legs. I think I'm just going to use those.
Okay. Or like big gorilla. We can probably move faster.
If I get tired, I'll probably ask for a ride on your back. But until then, I think I'm okay.
Okay.
I think we could get a cart and horses easy enough.
Fair enough. Cole, how's the stable looking?
Or would they go through?
It's looking okay. A lot of it was broken down. There's some horses there. You see a stable master like kind of looking really frustrated. It looks like a lot of the horses bolted.
Hmm.
So you see on
Horses for everybody?
Was it Mayor Fenrir that we spoke to last time?
Feynir. Feynir.
Feynner. Gotcha.
IR.
IR. Cool. If Cole allows, would have requested a carriage from the mayor. If he's asking us to help, I suppose a little bit of assistance in our travel would be useful.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
If you already have it, might as well use it.
I'm game.
We sure we don't want to fly? Okay.
Hey now.
Perhaps we can go flying another time.
I would like that. I like flying.
Unless we'll give it a shot.
So, guess what? On the stable master has a sign that says, "Prices higher. Lost some horses." But the mayor's mansion is pretty close by. Which mansion is a strong word. He has the big mansion that he was letting Kylan stay in, but he prefers to stay in his other home, which is sort of more on the outskirts of town with his wife. It's just a little farmhouse. He just likes to stay at his farmhouse.
Rich people.
He's a farmer before he was mayor.
That's fair.
Sir Ildrick.
Oh, what the fuck? And he's literally out there just petting his Ronto, which is a big rhino-like creature, and he just goes, "Oh, what in the fucking flip do you?" And he just turns around. "Oh, see you again. Then Kylan tell you where you need us to go."
Indeed, he did. My friends here, friends, I suppose.
We're friends.
We need help.
Of course you need fucking help. Oh, Rathion's balls, what do you need?
If you could lend, what, 3 to 5 horses and a carriage? Nothing crazy, but we have a long mission ahead of us, and I suppose you would like us out of your hair.
Right. Well, you're still gonna have to pay, but I suppose I could give you a bit of it. Roll me persuasion, actually, to see how much of it is going to do. I said the wrong god, it was Arathos' balls.
Inspiration.
I rolled a nat 20 on that ish.
I could give you that for half off for your troubles, which would take the price down from 4,000 gold down to 2,000.
Oh, that's the exact amount of gold here.
If only we had 2,000 gold. Damn, I guess we're gonna have to flatten.
Oh wait, no, I'm looking at the wrong. From 3,000 down to 1,200, we'll say. For that many, he's like, or I could give you each a horse, half price, which would be 300 gold a pop.
I believe that's more.
Yeah, but that's more horses. It's cheaper if you got less horses. More horses, more money. The wagon
What
itself
if I
is...
was a horse?
I don't need a horse
I mean-
if it helps anything.
My child can turn into a horse, but they're not here right now.
Victor, you don't need a horse. You're gonna go the whole, I don't know how many miles, but throws out how many miles. You're gonna go
Long-
that whole way on foot.
I can.
How?
By walking. What do you mean?
That sounds painful.
I can go a long time.
We'll take the horses. And the cart. And
So do you do do you do the 1,200 to get the wagon and 2 horses, or do
yeah,
you,
to the 1,200. My bank account.
just like real life, Dupe spending money as soon as he gets it.
Yep. What do you mean? Don't look here.
Don't look at it. Don't look at the books and the plushies on the shelf.
Don't look at Kirby. Don't even say his name.
Yeah, there was a running thing in one of my other campaigns where one of the players wore a Kirby beanie all the time, but he kept like looking down to take notes on pen and paper. So it was just like Kirby's eyes were staring into your soul. So sometimes I'd look up and I'd be like, ah, and he'd be like, oh yeah, sorry, and just keep going.
Hi.
Poyo.
Boyo.
So, Mayor, we don't know what caused the wolves to come, but when we do, I'll let you know.
Right, good on it. I already set my child off to figure something out up north, so have fun.
You sure your child could turn into a horse?
They could turn into a dragon if they want.
Who is your
Rad.
child?
All right, my child, Nyx, changeling, helped the king and his wife destroy Arcos the Cruel about 25 years ago.
Would I know about that?
Oh yeah. Nyx
Okay, yeah.
Nyx Fenrir was one of the members of the party who
Yeah.
helped defeat a dragon god, essentially, and keep him sealed away. And he just casually mentions that, and then just goes back to what he's doing.
That's rad as hell.
I don't know what radishes have to do with anything, but alright.
That was funny.
What was?
Inspiration.
Oh god, so you're like my other child. This man has a druid child and a bard child, so
That's amazing.
and he goes, oh right, well if that's it. He hands you a piece of paper, takes the gold, take that to the stable master, he'll get you all set.
Thank you. You sure? Can I? 1,100.
He looks at the 1,200 in his hand and goes, no. Puts it back in his
Yeah,
bag.
okay.
You have to negotiate before you hand the money.
I'm learning that, yeah.
We just bought our ride. We can be nice to him for 1 hour at least.
Were you not planning to be nice to me?
You
No,
will
I know, Victor.
consider
You're
it.
lovely.
We're still considering it.
Victor, you've been nothing but nice to me.
Thank you. As I said, it made a bad impression yesterday. I tried to fix it.
You were hungry.
Overstimulated.
That one, yeah.
Yes. David, he's gonna turn and start walking.
Everyone always walks away when I start talking. I don't get it.
I feel that Bo would get on the carriage and like set everything up. Be like, "All right, friends, are we leaving?"
One second. Cole, can I go over to the statue of Garulana that I was praying at? And
Yeah, it's all broken.
Yeah.
I know. Can I grab a piece?
You grab the beak.
That's what I wanted. Thank you. God beak. Okay, I'm good.
So you guys are in the carriage, and you have a probably 2-day travel by horse and cart to Gunry, which is a port city that will take you across the motionless sea. The ship, you have already gotten passage booked. Kylan, we'll just say, I forgot to give you a little writ, Bo. So you just show it to the harbor master in Gunry, and he'll get you on your way. So while you guys are in the carriage is like a covered carriage in the back. So I imagine Bo is probably driving for now, and the rest of you are just sitting in the back,
Unless
hanging
someone
out.
else wants to. Yeah, I'm just.
But it's like open,
I
like
pull
so
out
he can still hear everything. So like
Can I pull out my loot?
Oh God.
you all watch as Gluten pulls out his loot. Anyway, here's Wonderwall.
I was gonna say today's gonna be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you. And Gluten will play Wonderwall for 3 hours straight.
Oh no!
No, he's not staying in this cart if he is. No.
So-
no.
One of y'all's gonna have to talk to him. One of y'all's gonna have to.
He's
Y'all handle that.
So why pay
He
reverence
switches
to a
it.
god who has been defeated, Gluten?
What's up?
Why pay reverence to a god that has been defeated?
What, Garulana?
You have a piece of rubble from them.
That's Bird Mom.
I've seen plenty of birds, eaten plenty as well.
What the fuck?
What have the gods done for you, Gluten?
Bo, you know when I cut stuff before
Sure.
and lightning came down from the sky?
Sure. Right.
That's what gods have done for me. Lightning from the sky. They got thunderstruck.
Nature is also powerful. Who's to say that gods are the ones who interfere there? Plenty of
We're-
strange
we're
things that
traveling
happen
with
while
the
I
god.
fought too.
We're traveling with the god, and he points to Ixion.
God is a little.
That's news to me.
Ixion said that they were. Ixion didn't deny that they were a god, so I just kind of.
Tasha just turned 16, so you're a god now?
Oh, I didn't say I was a god.
You did not
Yes,
say
if
you
I
were
was
a
a
god.
god.
Didn't say you weren't one either.
Well, I'm not a god.
Then what would you say you are? Or what are you?
A member of the party, obviously.
We should name ourselves.
Do you not have a name?
Not me. That was funny. Inspiration.
You're gonna run out of inspirations to get people so fast.
It's fine. I got 5 of them.
If Ixion is a god, nothing that they have done would warrant worship. But to be honest, they've proven a lot more than other gods have.
You don't like the gods.
I do not know.
Did one punch you?
How about they all abandon?
Oh, okay. That? Did you ask for help?
No, but I
And how are
have.
they supposed to know? They're not all knowing or anything.
I've held the hands of many a villager who prayed for their god for help, and they died all the same.
But is it such a shame to
sorry.
have nothing to believe in?
I believe in people.
Well,
Cole, does Kylan worship Bahamut?
As far as you know, yeah.
Kylan worships Bahamut. Have you ever asked him about gods?
Kyle and I have argued many a time, but it's easy for powerful men to believe in God. It's much harder for those who need divinity.
You shot me out there, right? I'm pretty fucking powerful.
Exactly.
Oh, you're saying it. Oh, got it. Okay.
Exactly.
I'm a little slow on the
That's okay.
realizing stuff. Yeah.
No, it's okay. It's taken me quite a few more years than it would appear on my face to come to this conclusion.
I will say, Gluten, you would know at least how Kylan started before he became a Radiant Sky Warden, so that statement probably stings a little. Just because you know, but I'll leave that to you. Because you worked with Kylan a little closer than Bo ever did.
Yeah.
Bo just took orders from him.
I think he'll let that one pass. Pasha, you pro God?
I don't know yet, but
Interesting.
I will not fault those who do believe.
I appreciate that.
We all need something to believe in, right? Even if it doesn't exist, it gives comfort, I guess.
I think that is what it is mostly for me.
And that means
They have my back.
so
Is
it's
there any God got your back?
Pasha or Bo.
Victor. Gluten turns to Victor. Any God got your back?
No, I'm inclined to agree with Bo, actually.
You don't. Oh man.
Victor would
Maybe-
hear in his head, your father thought the same.
I don't actually think that will work. Wait, Cole, can
Oh, will that work? I don't
can
know.
you get in my head at all?
You mean Bo?
Oh, yeah.
So,
Is that
Bo,
only mind reading?
as you try to get into, let's get to see how well this works.
I'm not trying to go too far, but it's kind of
Like
similar
even
to Ixion. It's a
doesn't-
thought.
I don't think it matters how deep you're trying.
yeah, no, so even service thoughts, like you can't see anything, but like
Okay.
Yeah.
it looks like a
Alright.
wall of shadow and flame when you try to get in there. That's all you see.
Does
To read
Okay.
minds, to send a message, does it block messages?
telepathy?
Yeah.
I actually hadn't decided on that yet. I'm gonna roll for it.
Okay.
Same deal. Messages can go through if your patron allows them.
Okay.
Meaning she will hear. Yeah, so like if someone does message and it's just something simple, she'll probably let it through. But say in a hypothetical, like, someone tells you something that she doesn't want you to know in ascending,
Yeah.
she snatches that.
Heard. Okay. So do I get whatever message Bo's trying to send me right now?
Yes. It's
Okay.
simple, nothing crazy, so.
What'd you say?
Your father would have thought the same.
Whoever's next to Victor, I think would just feel him get real tense.
You good,
And then
dude?
he forces himself to relax and lean back. Yeah, headache. So
Okay.
I don't want to
You
wake up.
need your wounds or anything?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm fine. Thank you.
On this mission, you'll need to become a better liar, Victor. And then he would stop.
Hmm. I'm not lying at all.
You say that out loud?
Just to himself, kind of mumbles it. And then I think we'll
oh,
immediately
okay.
jump to Pasha, you know, Ixion.
I've met them once before, but it's been quite some time. Honestly, didn't know I had the pleasure of meeting a not god.
In your defense, you were much shorter.
How long was a long time here? How many years?
Hmm. I'm not very good at counting.
Me neither.
Pasha?
It's very small. Of course, doing what I wasn't supposed to do, playing outside, trying to practice swordplay with sticks, and of course, I got spotted.
Hard to fight by yourself.
Yeah, I guess you weren't a bad teacher, but still. I don't know.
Did your father know that you'd met each other? Pasha.
I honestly don't know who is a friend or a foe of my father or anything of the sort. He has gone to great lengths to try to keep me in a very sheltered space, so unfortunately, I do not know, and I have to be on my guard. So, of course, she turns to Ixie and is like, I'm sorry for how I reacted to you before.
You shouldn't apologize. You didn't do anything wrong. And I have learned over time that humans and elves and most creatures are not a fan of strangers suddenly appearing in their spaces. So,
Yeah, that, and of course, as a kid, that is a big thing. And the world is a very scary place, according to them. So, but you weren't so scary. And you don't seem too scary now, but
You seem pretty
still
scary in
curious
the fight.
about you. Hmm?
The fight, you're all very pretty scary.
as were you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, before I got knocked on my ass, you guys were handling yourselves out there.
It's going to happen to all of us, I'm sure. Part
Eh.
of the job.
Yeah, but at least I know that if something happens, I at least won't be going down with a weak party. Everybody seems pretty good. Inspiring almost, I guess. And she kind of mumbles that to herself before like just looking out the window and thinking a little bit. Because I'm pretty sure Luton's in the middle. Victor
Yeah.
like in between us, so of course she's like looking out.
Yeah.
And
That's
just
loosey
thinking.
goosey.
Mhm.
What's the coolest thing anyone's ever killed?
Mm. Hmm.
If you've killed something.
Displacer beast.
That's cool.
Hard fight, long fight. Kind of
Hmm.
fun.
Are chimeras in your world cool?
Yeah.
Maybe a baby
I
chimera?
was about to say, yeah. I don't think my chimeras are a little stronger than.
Little teeny tiny thing. Okay.
Pulled a Sam Riegel, just stabbed the baby in front of
Right.
Not a baby. Okay, maybe.
Manticore.
Well, that happened in Critical Role. Sam Riegel killed a baby manticore in front of its mom to piss it off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, baby. Sorry, baby chimera. Yeah, Pasha did that. There you go.
Cool.
I think Bo's coolest kill would have been a giant. Think Levi, an Attack on Titan, like the Beast
Dope.
Titan. It was like
How
that.
did I know that's what you were gonna go with? Let's say a stone giant. You killed a stone giant on your own.
Yeah.
What about you, Ixion?
The way that Hatter is way too slow. Okay, hold on. I think that Ixion would be really quiet. I'm kind of looking a little distant. And then would say a moment.
You killed the moment?
Yes. It's the most interesting thing I've killed.
Interesting. I killed a warg.
Impressive.
I, for one, think that killing isn't the most impressive thing to come out of the battle.
Then what is?
Getting out alive.
That's
Making
such
sure
a
you're-
boring answer.
Well, Gluten, to be curt, you've never commanded a troop.
That's fair.
When you all get out alive, there's no better feeling.
Okay, your answer, I retract.
But why would you choose to run? Get out alive. That means running away sometimes. Why not face?
always. You can face the music and come out alive. It's the best form of victory.
Perhaps, but I would think the best form of victory is standing your ground and fighting to the very end if you can.
I understand where you're coming from, but what I am saying is that when you stand your ground and when your troops come out unscathed, that's the best feeling.
Okay.
I believe the
That's
most I
boring
ever
answer.
commanded was, and Cole can amend this, but I think it would be around 1,000, right? That I've commanded.
So you commanded more like smaller squads of like strike missions, so like probably a few hundred. You
Okay.
have participated in some battles, but you were never the like top commanding officer in like the big
Sure.
fights. But your squads in particular, like the biggest you probably had was like 300 people.
Okay. So yeah, Bo would just relay that like having 300 men go into a battle and come out alive is better than whatever big thing Bo has defeated on his own.
You
That's
know,
valid.
because
Thank you.
there's 300 lives at stake and just one life to
Yeah.
take. You know.
I was
At the standpoint of like, oh,
Win for it.
we're, like, don't run.
Win
so
for it.
Yeah.
different perspective.
And as you say this, Bo, like it feels like time slows for a second, as everyone's still moving their mouths but like slowing down, and you just hear, "But you haven't always stayed and fought, have you?"
Fucking talking.
And you just hear that in your head, Bo, and it's it's the same voice you keep hearing in your dreams. So like you just kind of shake it off at first, and then you can't run from this. Can't hide. Failure. And then time resumes. Like nothing happened.
And that's
There
how
is
you make
one
perfect.
other, but there is one other person who time did not stop for. You don't notice this, Bo. But Ixion, you heard all that too.
Fucking coward.
Is that in Bo's mind, or does he say it out loud?
It's just in his mind. But I mean, you'd probably hear it as you also were in tune with that moment. But yeah.
Okay.
But to everyone else, it just seemed like Bo went for a second and then went back to normal.
Like nodded off a bit.
Which kind of like looked down. And his eyes kind of glazed over for a second, and then he just shook it off and was like back.
So Ixion's going to send Bo a message, and is that who's been keeping you awake at night?
It's funny because this is probably the first time Bo is like deliberately leaning into this. He doesn't understand. Retreat is natural in a fight, but I've never ran. I've never hidden. But yes, this is what haunts me.
I see. No one will know what you don't want them to know.
That's the thing with war. At the end, there are no secrets.
Not unless they're well kept.
In my experience, there are no well-kept secrets. Not unless you die.
Well, usually that's permanent. But sometimes not.
Exactly.
You should name the horses.
There is a little chestnut and a painted horse. So a brown one and a brown and white one.
Chester for the chestnut horse.
I like that.
What was that? Sorry.
Chester.
Chester. Okay.
You got Chester.
If you like to name your weapons, I'm sure you could come up with a good name for a horse.
Dave.
Perfect.
So Dave and Chester's.
It could have been Cinnabon. David's great.
It's been made. The name has.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good Dave.
we love Dave.
God.
Stupidest fucking bit I've ever done.
Dave and Chester's.
Dave and Chester's.
Greatest horses on this team.
What if we just made a fucking arcade, abandoned the
No.
adventure, and opened a Dave and Chester's?
I can't.
D&D.
Well, it would be because the title of this campaign is B&D, Blood and Divinity, D&D.
Yeah.
Make
Yeah.
it work. You can make it work.
So,
Alright, pull over.
you guys continue to go down this path for a while, in some silence and in some gluten
I
playing
walk
music.
a lonely road. Did I?
Take your loot from you at one point.
That's magic. Please don't.
Hold it. I'm just gonna hold it. I'm not.
Okay.
No,
It's gonna be okay. It's alright. You'll play late.
Gloom
It
looks
doesn't-
so insanely anxious the second that leaves his hand.
just sitting in my lap. It's just gonna be there for a second because I just need silence, dude.
What's so important about the loot?
Magic.
Sorry.
That's the Ryer.
to explode?
No.
Okay. I'm just gonna hold it for a little bit.
But
Hold
he'll
it.
touch it and then he'll just poof. Magic.
Well, that solves that problem.
I'm still here.
Yes,
The
you.
loot's gone.
Glynn's invisible, yeah.
Oh, wait, I'm confused. Is the loot gone? What happened?
No, gluten is invisible.
Invisible.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh!
you didn't have to do that. You can come back. I just wanted it quiet for a little.
Do you drop like any pastries in the process?
No, but do you want a pastry?
Okay, so yeah, she's probably gonna be like, gluten
All right, yeah.
pastry.
Out of thin air, a cinnamon bun is now in your hand.
And probably be like, gotcha. So she grabs his hand. Stop.
I'm not trying to till end the spell on him. I wasn't trying to hide. I was just trying to show what it could do. All the other ones kind of did other things. That was the safest option.
Oh. This. Okay, we're okay.
Mhm.
Put that away.
Mm,
We're just gonna
for later. Yeah.
we're gonna take a nap. How about take a nap? Would you like?
As enough time passes, you guys get to a point where it's like
Yes.
getting dark, and it might be time to set up camp.
Mm-hmm.
I know
Oh.
Caleb walked away. I have been waiting all day, I think, to try and get Bo aside. I'm assuming he's been driving the car all day.
Yeah.
The second.
We'll wait till Caleb comes back to do that. He can still hear. So
He's typing.
Yeah.
I'll do that real soon, he says.
So we'll say that Bo and Gluten get the fire going, and
Glyn, as they pull over, is going to sit down, cross his legs, and then like 10 minutes later, a bubble comes out of him. Cole, I'm casting Gleamod's Tiny Hut.
Tiny Hut. Too bad it's not gonna matter. What? What?
Ixian's gonna cast Dancing Lights.
Nice. Disco house.
Yep.
Oh my god.
And they look like little tiny floating stars instead. So they're just
Whoa.
little glowing orbs, and they kind of float. And they have similar energy to Ixian. Where like as they move closer to you, they're way too close. And then they'll just like casually like move past your nose and move away.
Whoa.
Yep.
Wait. Okay. So yeah, chit chat a little bit.
I can do this anytime. This is like home.
Tasha just watched the light flick. I guess probably like touches her nose, and she just kind of squats to her, thinking it's a lightning bug. They're like, wait. Yeah, she's kind of afraid of bugs that get very close to.
Okay, so the tiny hut, how big is this?
It's only 10 feet. It's 10 feet.
20 feet across.
Yeah.
Okay.
10-foot radius.
Okay, so I think Ixian like peeks her head in and looks around and goes, "Are we all going to sleep in here?"
Yeah.
We need to figure out
What
what.
thought. Would you say, Pasha? Sorry.
Oh, probably she's going to suggest that they figure out what to eat for the evening, aside from pastries. Or maybe suggest going to fish. Is there
I
anywhere?
can.
There might be like there are some rivers kind of nearby. You could try to go do that, go fishing. But now that Caleb's back, Victor, I know you had something.
While those three are like chatting about dinner and huts and things, I do think he will take the opportunity to try and catch Bo's eye and motion a little bit away from the group. Not like into the woods or anything, just enough distance that no one could eavesdrop, kind of thing.
I guess
Victor,
I guess
as you-
I should describe. Y'all are on like a basically big open plain right now.
Yeah.
Not really any woods or anything nearby. Y'all are on the main road.
If they see, like, if the others see them walk away to go chat, he doesn't care about that. He just doesn't want them close enough that anyone's gonna overhear. That's all.
Victor, you would see Bo. You mentioned, right? Like he was driving the cart, right?
Yeah.
Most of the day, he wasn't making eye contact with you. And probably up until this moment, it would seem like he was purposely like avoiding you. But that moment that you make that effort, he would kind of grab you on like the other shoulder, and he's gonna take his blade and drive it into the earth, and it's gonna glow. And you would hear under Bo's breath, kind of hypocritically, a prayer. As he would walk out with you to whatever conversation you would like to have.
Yeah. Thought you didn't believe in God. What was that?
It's not God's, I fear.
Mm.
I fear what is real.
Fair enough. As do I.
So, Secret Keeper,
Hmm.
what would you like to talk about?
Simply want to inform you that, whomever you think I am, you are wrong. Mistaken, rather.
Do you mean to say that your father is not who I think it is, or that you are not who I am led to believe you are?
Yes, that one. My name is Victor. That's it.
I need both of you to roll the appropriate modifiers for this conversation.
Okay.
Yeah?
Oh, is that good or bad, Chris?
We're gonna find out.
So my question is the appropriate modifier. I understand for Victor, it's based off of what they're feeling. What is
Insight.
Bo rolling?
Insight.
Okay. Okay.
What'd you get, Victor?
23.
27.
Oh.
So with it being that close, it's still... There's something off about what Victor is saying, but you can't really tell. He doesn't seem to be outright lying to you. Like, he's very calm. He's just level. You still don't know for sure if you should believe him when he says he isn't who you think he is, but he definitely is not lying about that he is just Victor.
Why are you here, Victor?
Like you, I have a mission. I
Under-
believe.
Under whose authority?
My boss.
Who is your boss? You've seen mine.
Mhm.
Who is yours?
I'm sure you're going to meet her one day.
I assure you that is not good enough. And he's going to grab you by your collar and like push you against if there's a tree or a rock or something, but just in your face.
Yeah, he lets it happen. Doesn't fight. It's a bad
I
thing.
was there. I know what your father. I know what happened.
I want to insight check that, Cole. Am I allowed to?
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to insight. Is he talking about the event that I believe he's talking about, or is he talking about something else? Okay. 22 insight.
With that, Bo definitely knows something about what happened to your father. And you don't know exactly what he knows, even with a 22 insight, but you can tell he's very much... The words coming out of his mouth are not lies, as far as he is concerned.
To my memory, though, he wasn't there.
What your insight picks up is that he believes that he's telling you the truth right now.
Okay. Victor's assuming this is a different incident then. What do you want me to say? The Aronovs are dead.
All but one, it would seem.
The Aronovs are all dead.
Fine. You can lie to yourself. You can lie to me. But if your lies hurt this party, Victor, I assure you, your father's will and legacy aside, I will kill you.
I know you'll try, but I am not here to try and hurt anybody. I was asked to help. I want to help. Will you let me help? Or are you going to keep jabbing at me for secrets that are not yours to have?
His hand will drop. He will hold the base of your jaw and let you go. I will not prod any farther. However, in times of war, the truth is far more powerful.
For people like you, yes.
No, I do not speak for people like me. People like me die every day. People like you tell the story once the blades and the blood and the magic are over.
It's a suicide mission for you, is it?
No,
Are you so confident then that I'm going to be the one that lives?
I died long ago.
Something we have in common. Bo.
He's gonna walk back.
And the rest of you are eating the fish Pasha caught and looking at them just like arguing at each other. Like you can't really see them anymore. They're kind of in the distance, but like, well, Ixion can.
Gluten has dark vision, if that helps.
Nah, they just went pretty far away, so you can't really tell what they're...
Again, I'm not trying to hide that I wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah. You definitely wanted to talk to them, and yeah, they could see that, but like...
Yeah. As
Marsha.
he walks off, it's just I tried. Just to her, I tried. Hey.
There would be a moment where Bo, like, he will stop, like, probably 15, 30 feet out. So to give you that, if you wanted to say anything or whatever, but, like,
Nope.
he would walk back.
I follow like 10 spaces behind you. And take a seat. Start eating like there's nothing wrong.
While they're talking, Gluten will lean over to Bosch and go, I think they're making out. Bo just grabbed Victor's collar and pushed him against a tree.
Oh my. Well,
Right?
hey, different strokes for different folks, I guess.
I don't know what that means.
I'll tell you another time. Maybe when you're older. Your birthday. I'll tell you on your birthday.
My birthday is the 40th of God. What's the month called? Godfriest.
Which is actually, fun fact, I did not plan this in advance. That's like 5 days from now.
Oh.
My birthday's in 5 days.
I actually didn't plan that.
No.
Happy
I'll tell
accident.
you in 5
I
days.
didn't know when Gluten's birthday was. It's funny.
No, you don't. I wrote it down for me.
What do you no.
So,
Does Bo get anything out of Victor, like in that conversation, right? Like, is there anything besides what he knows of Victor that becomes apparent, Cole, as far as like,
I won't say becomes apparent, but that line of "I died long ago," his father didn't die that long ago, so you can't tell if he's talking about that or something completely different. But there's something about Victor that is not what it seems.
sure. I think then Bo would go to Pasha. He probably hasn't done this a lot, like in this short time. But you would feel him kind of sit next to you.
I have to say real quick, Doob just said that gluten covers his fish in sugar.
I hate that.
I hate that so much. Sorry.
Oh no.
Disgusting.
Fish?
That's so gross.
It's not even like salmon, it's trout.
Oh no. Oh.
You just poured sugar on trout.
Less it. So I guess when Bo sits down, Pasha's gonna look to him and be like, "Well, you need some fish. I would hurry up before gluten gets a hold of the rest of the fish. You know, he's kind of dumping sugar on it." And
You should put sugar on this.
yeah, I don't think that's a very good idea. I'm more of a, sugar doesn't need to go on everything. But she looks good though.
I'm gonna take a walk.
For someone who is hiding from her father, you seem to have much less secrets than the rest of the group.
My secret is really just towards my father. I mean, so far nobody's here to rat me out, or at least I would hope not. But I'm here to prove myself. And that's something that my father and I disagree with. So this is my biggest secret, if you need one from me.
Well, full disclosure, Kylan would have me reveal such things. However, part of the reason I am not as high in command as I could be is I don't always reveal all the secrets if they have not proven useful. So, all that to say, I know what having a overbearing father looks like. If you need to talk about it, I'm here to talk about it. Sorry, that's...
Asha takes a moment, lets it sink in, and she can tell that he's being as genuine as he possibly can, especially based on their conversation in the carriage. So she kind of gives him a gentle smile and nods. I do appreciate that. You seem to have been through a lot yourself.
Well, I'm gonna pull out a dagger. If you're going to prove yourself, this might help.
She takes the dagger and looks at it. You're probably going to give this to a stranger? You only know me but a day?
Well, if you were to turn on me with it, I could kill you faster than you could swing, so...
Is that a challenge?
Not much a challenge for me, my dear, but... if you ever want to spar, I am around, and... I have about 5 more just like that one, so...
I'll take you up on that offer one of these days. Could help to sharpen my skills a bit, and who knows? You might be very surprised by what I can do too.
Bo, if I can do a little, quick PvP, is going to do, a quick swing, just to see...
Y'all are in a 20-foot dome.
Yeah?
Not big.
Yeah? Hey,
Yeah.
it can happen anywhere.
But to be fair, everyone's just sitting and eating, so...
Yeah, Bo, because Bo is a military man, you said you can prove yourself. He's gonna swing on you just to see
It happened.
how you.
React.
Getting Cruel Prince vibes.
I'm about to say, who's rolling? Do I have to roll?
Well, he rolls to hit, and I guess you would roll.
What's your AC?
Not great. Not great. She's a rogue.
Oh, that's why I'm like, oh crap.
I rolled a 22.
Well,
You know what? Roll me a just flat D. Just roll me a Dex saving throw, Pasha, for this, just for fun, just for the theatrics.
You have inspiration.
Okay, so
You can add a. I think it's a D8.
It's a D. It's a
You can add a
D8.
D8.
It's a D8 at your level.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can add a D8 to whatever you just rolled.
okay, so hold on, I'll do the age. You're going to use D&D Beyond with my regular dice because I got 12 with the regular. I'm sorry, it's going grotesquely slow up here.
You're good.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay, 17.
So he still kind of like hits you a little, but you get out of the way enough and parry his strike. He still gets you a little, but you didn't expect him to move that quickly.
Yeah, it's not at all meant to hurt you, but it's more of like, all right, prove yourself.
Like a little, like,
Yeah.
Wooden does stand up.
so she's just looking like,
He's Kylan told him he's supposed to listen to Bo but protect Pasha, so he does not know what to do here. Oi, oi, oi. Everyone sit down, have some fish, have some sugar. It's gonna be okay.
Actually, Ixion, if you could give me a history check as you're watching Bo like move.
Okay. I think my history's pretty good too. Let's go.
I think you're also inspired if you want to add a D8.
He's just
I
been
know, I just made
he's
that
just been
up.
handing out inspirations like they're one thing. One of my players in my at-home game. I know we can't do this with a virtual game, but they anytime they give someone inspiration, they give them a pink starburst.
I'm gonna mail over a pink starburst now.
I love that.
As Ixion is doing
Okay.
that roll, Pasha, the blade that he put in the ground would be in his hand like a backwards hold, just that moonlight blade right under your chin. He's not going to actually hit you, but it's like, all right, then prove yourself. And that's it.
Okay.
I'm sorry, that's a 25 because I'm using my inspiration.
Let's
Okay. It takes you a minute, but you now realize what you think you realize what's been made you so curious about Bo. Especially with his clean-shaven face and his like more elven facial features. You have a memory pop into your head of somebody you knew before the big event. A light elf who left to live in the material realm, away from everything.
Oh my god.
After the other species had kind of been created. She was a student of yours. And Bo looks a lot like her. And
Okay.
you also
Does Ixion have a name?
what'd you say you rolled again? Caleb's like
25.
Caleb's yelling at me. He's like, "Oh, you stupid." You recognize the name, and you can keep this to yourself if you want. You recognize the name Servana. She was a student of yours who left to find a life outside, and you also realize this is why you didn't pick up that he was half high elf. He's not.
What does that mean? What the fuck?
You can't be sure yet, but the resemblance is uncanny to her features.
Holy. Okay, all right.
Like full.
And she's one of the ones you've been possibly looking for here. You had a couple of options.
Yeah. You're going on a field trip, sir. Okay, I'm sorry in advance. Okay. All right. Oh, Ixion has no chill.
It's just a flash for a moment, and then as soon as it's there, you look more at him and you see his more human features, and it's like it's like that moment of are you sure or not?
Okay.
But it's a conversation you could have with Bo if you really want to.
Okay. I think that like Ixion, as soon as that flash happens, like I think Ixion in Bo's mind is going to say, is going to just speak the name. Savannah.
This is a question for Cole.
Bo, you hear Ixion speak your mother's name in your mind.
Ooh. So Ixion is going to feel like before Bo was being a little like teasing, a little whatever, but you feel an assassin's perspective. Like it is scary how Bo looks at you. How dare you?
Is that in their mind?
Yeah.
Or out loud? Okay. So Ixion, their tone is going to sound different. So they're going to sound a lot more serious, less sing-songy, and respond back. Were you hiding, or did you not know?
I've never hid from who I am. How do you know Sylvana?
I am
Tell
very...
me now. Like, and he's going to be more intrusive than he has ever been with you. There's like a moment where he's right in front of you. Tell me now.
This
Okay,
is
and it's like...
this is mid sparring with Pasha, so he turns from Pasha and starts like going towards Ixion. So you all just see him do that, and it's like, but you have heard nothing.
Mm-hmm. Like she notes the change because I think like he had the dagger at her throat. So does she like kind of like catch the glimpse or change as that?
You watch it. It's kind of like he's got the sword at you, and then his eyes just—it's kind of like this. That his eyes get wider and slowly turns his head to face Ixion.
Exactly.
Acknowledges it, and she probably just takes the knife from it and just kind of notes it and like, okay.
Answers now.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't take demands.
Fine. Why would you say her name? Bo's also unaware that this is completely telepathically. He's like thinking this very hard, but he's like,
Gluten's eating his second sugarfish. Like, ooh.
Sugarfish.
Oh my God! Did Gluten invent Swedish fish?
That's where I was leading. Yes.
Okay, sorry. Serious moment.
and that's okay. Why would you say her name?
I see her in you.
What does that mean to you?
Well, normally when you spot someone that you were fond of, I can't believe I didn't notice it before. It's been some time. I'm very, very old.
I think Ixion, you would realize a lot of that is because like he shaved the night before, and a lot of those features, those softer features of his mother, are more apparent when he is talking or caring for another person. But also, what you would see in his eyes is he doesn't know her. Like you would know her more than he does. So like in that moment, like he's as a man being aggressive because he wants to know as much as you can share in that moment. It's desperation. It's not like aggression for the sake of being aggressive.
And Ixion can sense that?
Yeah.
From the way, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I can tell you not much because it has been so long, but I was a friend. She was dear, and she wanted to find an adventure that wasn't where she was. I guess she found you.
She did not find me. And she don't fuck, and he's gonna walk away. Like he
yeah.
Oh, that comes up and he just
Walks out of the bubble.
yeah.
And
Did everybody just witness them have a stare off though?
yeah.
Probably.
They were like this close to each other's faces, just staring at each other.
Like, now kiss.
And as he walks away, if you guys want to do any little role play before bedtime.
Hey, Ixion,
Yes.
are you okay?
It's strange here, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
Well,
You've also met very weird people.
Very.
I've never met a not weird person.
Fair enough. Victor, are you okay?
Great, yeah. Tired.
Pasha, you just had a blade to your throat. Everyone had a moment with Bo except me. That's what I'm saying.
And if you want to go
Oh,
down,
just
then I
like
think
to
he's
be in
just
our
surprised.
faces.
I can't leave the bubble where it goes poof.
I'm sure your time will come.
Yeah, he seemed pretty angry.
Yeah.
You probably wouldn't want a blade to your throat. So just give him till morning. Talk over some coffee and those delightful pastries you make. I'm pretty sure it'll make him feel better.
Would you like one?
Sure.
Hands you a cinnamon roll.
Just like
I'll
I'll just
anger.
Does anyone want any sugarfish?
no, thank you. I'll
Sure.
He hands Ixion some sugarfish.
Ixion, this is disgusting.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Ixion is gonna taste it and then immediately is just going to like spit it on the ground. And be like,
Not for you.
that was a mistake.
We'll
We'll try it again.
Good. I'm thinking maybe if I like make a syrup out of tree sap or something, and then add the sugar, but shape it like a fish.
That would be better than putting it on.
Now you're cooking. You're cooking.
Sugar on sugar.
I would cook it. That is smart.
Yeah. And it not be a fish. An actual
Yeah.
fish.
Gluten fish.
Gluten free.
I am glad.
Hey, that's my name.
So as the rest of you talk amongst yourselves, Bo, how long do you wait before you go back, or do you go back?
So I was just messaging you this. Bo is gonna go outside and just like his like lack of control and despair of the situation, he's gonna not knowing, cast Arms of Hadar, and big draconic, like, tendrils are going to encompass the bubble and try to pull it into the earth. It can't because the magic isn't strong enough. But there's lightning and thunder and rain, and he's just screaming into the sky as these arms that would resemble a dragon of prominent renown try to pull this space into the earth, and he's just
There we go. There's another thing for you, Anixian. These arms are the like iridescent pearly scales of a time dragon arms,
Great. Okay.
which none of the rest of you would recognize at all, except for Ixion, because time dragons are, as far as the other three of you are considered, a myth. No one has ever seen one, as far as you know.
Glenn's
Fine,
read
hold on,
stories
sorry,
of them. But yeah.
We're witnessing this.
Yeah.
See this happen?
Yeah, you see this happening.
I'm assuming we're
Whoa.
under fucking attack. And I'm gonna go outside to fight the threat. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so I think Ixion is going to like cast Misty Step. And so like go right up because okay, so how are these like where is Bo in the mix of all of the
He's kind of like in the center of it,
Ooh.
Okay.
like right outside the bubble.
Okay.
Hmm.
So yeah, Ixion is gonna go straight, like is going to cast Misty Step and try and can Ixion get to where Bo is
Yeah.
from within all of
Yeah.
that? Okay. Okay. All right. So yeah, so I think that Ixion is going to get in, and so you said Bo is shouting?
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. All right. So Ixion is going to run in and is going to try and grab Bo's arm. And they're going to say, this isn't what she would want. You need to add this to the list.
I wouldn't know what she wants.
And this isn't how you find out. I've been wandering a long time and I found a lot of things.
She would have stayed.
Sometimes that's not possible, and you know that.
It's raining, storming. It's a lot
You can't
easier when
hurt
you have
them.
time. This isn't about them.
No,
This is about
it isn't.
your secrets.
Hmm.
This is about what
Apparently
you're
it is.
hiding.
It's not just about me. Look at what you're doing.
I tell all of them. I tell every troop what I am dealing with. But you get whimsy. You get fun. You get to come in and dance and sing and pretend like thousands of years haven't gone by and you've done nothing. You act like a god. And the gods act indifferent and they act callous. What do they care for men and children that are despairing?
I don't know what the gods care for. But you saw something in my mind you shouldn't have. I'll take the harsh words. But don't mistake me choosing to find things that make the world magic in places where magic do not live. In a sword fight with sticks. In cinnamon rolls before the sun awakens. Because time is long.
Time is short.
For the lucky.
Many would consider you lucky, but I get what you're saying. Fine.
And within an instant, these arms seep back into the ground. Except the three of you don't see this one, but there is one that is on the back of Bo's neck. And instead of going into the ground, it seeps into the back of his skull. You see that, Ixion. It, like, retreats. And Bo, you don't even feel this.
Okay, Ixion would like to phone a friend.
Oh. Who you phoning?
You know who I'm phoning.
This is gonna be interesting.
It's gonna be real short.
What do you say to your friend?
Okay. So Ixion is going to say, is there something that has happened since I've left?
Are you phoning? Message me which specific friend you're phoning, because there's two people I'm thinking of, and depending on
Okay.
who you're phoning, you will get a very different answer.
Yep. Yep.
But I was like, I don't want to guess.
Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He responds, and all you hear in your mind is, I have made such wonderful changes, child. You'll see.
Hmm.
The light is pure,
Have you-
and the dark is gone.
That's not possible.
Come home and see. And remember, bring any others with you.
To what end?
Reunification of what was lost. And then he says, we can fix the light. We have a chance to undo your tragic mistake.
I'll do what is asked of me.
Good child. And you get nothing back, but at this moment, y'all are just looking at the other three of you are just watching this, and Bo,
What the fuck?
do you two return back into the bubble?
Give me something. Anything.
Oh boy, he's gonna bite me in the ass later. All right. Okay. So Ixion is going to remove a pen. It's a brooch, and it has a spiral of what looks like a constellation. And in the center there is like almost like starburst in the center. And Ixion is going to hand it to Bo. And they're going to say, this is from where you are from.
I'll have questions, I'm sure, but okay. And he's just going to like completely pour into this thing. Like try to get as much information as you
It has no like design details really. It's just a pure like you've never felt something that felt so perfect and balanced just off touch alone. Like it's almost like kind of an uncanny feeling of this is wrong but also perfect.
and he would pin it to his necklace. I'm sorry for the storm. I suppose I am slightly more powerful than I thought.
Does Bo try and come back in?
Yes.
But before he does, Ixion is going to turn to face him and say, for as much whimsy as I carry, this required much patience. You can't put them in danger. They are not like us.
Like us. I don't understand.
Ixion's going in the tent.
You walk in the bubble.
Bo touches wall when he tries to re-enter the bubble.
Oh no!
Hey, Action.
Yes.
Is Bo himself?
I would say that Bo is always himself, but sometimes we learn things about ourselves that we...
Is she a danger?
No.
Bo can re-enter.
If Cole allows, there's a moment where he asks if Bo is a danger, and Bo isn't sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then he enters.
Sorry, I had to be sure.
It's a neat trick, Gluten.
Thank you.
It's actually a good one.
All my tricks are good tricks. Want to see another one?
Sure.
Pours more sugar on fish.
Glidden is gonna take out the lute, strum a few notes, and just start weightlessly like floating around the tent.
Wonderwall on surround sound.
Oh no. This is Dear Maria.
Oh goodness.
Oh, I got to make sure I'm going with you.
So, I will say, Victor, you just had that whole conversation where Bo was being very accusatory to you,
I
and
know.
you see that.
Yeah. In my head alone, I am simply gonna ask, are you sure I gotta stay with these people?
You immediately get a response, oh, especially now. I want...
Progress when I was alone.
I have another extra task for you. And if you do it, I'll rid you of your power permanently. Early. And you feel her eyes in your head look at Bo. I want him as a warlock. Convince him to come to my glorious side, and he can take your place.
I don't think he likes me much.
Work on that.
I'll try.
I'll help. And then with that, it's time for long rest. So as you all laid out for your long rest, and including Ixing, because you do still have to trance, And you guys don't really think you need like a watch because you have the tiny hut.
Yeah.
As the night progresses, Gluten, you are suddenly awoken by your tiny hut dissolving.
Uh-oh. Hey, everybody up!
As you say that, there is a man hooded with a dagger right above Pasha's eye. And as he says that, he looks at you and he just, shh.
Wisdom saving throw.
Also, though, I don't know if Bo would have just gone to sleep after all that shit.
Listen, I need the moment. Bo could have said it. We'll say this is a while. We'll say this is a while into the long rest.
Sure.
That 23.
Still rebarbs.
Get him off.
19?
Yeah.
Fuck, just succeeds.
He's just gonna go.
He does not turn into a snail.
He's shh. Move.
He'll hear in his mind, what do you want?
And he will reply back, just the girl. And Pasha, you are awake, but he nicked your cheek with the blade first. You are paralyzed.
Son of a biscuit. Okay.
And he's just... And I'm actually going to need everyone else to give me... Oh, what's everyone's passive perception, actually?
11.
Well, besides you, not you. 16? Okay, let me see.
16.
Well, unfortunately for this guy, he thought he was being stealthy, but I rolled a net 1 on his stealth check, so you both wake up and see this man with his dagger right above Pasha's eye.
Uh-huh.
And Gluten is like, hey. Like, so, but he doesn't seem to have noticed you, Victor, or he doesn't notice that you guys are awake yet.
I would cast Mind Sliver.
And I'm going to cast Hell's Lash.
Okay.
So he, for me, needs to make a con save.
Intelligence save here.
Oh. That int save is a 2, and the con save is a 14.
He fails.
He failed.
So for me, not only is he taking this full damage, he's also going to be yanked to me, the full movement.
Okay.
And he's tethered to me, so he can't run.
He is going to feel as if he has the dagger and he's pressing it into his own throat.
Oh, that's sick as hell.
Thanks. I love it.
He's taking 12 fire damage, and there's just like a literal fiery lash just around him, and then pull him to me.
Okay.
Sword is also out at that point, so if it comes to combat, he's by me, not by Pasha.
And he
He's all
takes
fur.
16 necrotic damage from me.
So as you guys do this, he just gets yanked back, and he just looks around, and he's looks down at his own knife, looks up, and all he says is, "Failure is not accepted," and he
turns into a snail.
nope.
Damn it.
And slits his own throat.
I'm like, do I-
Ian casts Spare the Dying.
Nice.
That only works if they're making death saving throws.
Dang.
And not every NPC gets death saving throws.
God damn it.
So he...
Oh, wait, let me check something. I don't know if he can move because he's tethered to me.
Ooh.
He tethered to you, but he can't escape from you.
Hold
It's
on.
kind of like lightning
You
lure
have to repeat the saving
No.
throw and then succeed.
to move away from you, but he can still like take actions.
It's like he's grappled.
You can still take
I
actions when you're
try to
grappled.
take the blade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you what?
With my telekinesis, can I take the blade from him?
You already used a thing. You did Mind Sliver already, so if you're like, so
It is a
he
cantrip. Mind Sliver's a cantrip. So could I use
Quicken
my
spell.
action to take the blade? I am a sorcerer.
you can quicken spell if you would like.
Do you have
I would
wisdom?
say, oh, actually,
What
you know,
sorcery points?
Yeah, I was about to say if you have quicken spell, you can.
let's see. Give me a second. I'm like, I'm not used to being a player. Where are my
Yeah,
They're
no,
on. They're on
traits.
features and traits.
Yeah.
features and traits?
Meanwhile, Mist is like, "What is happening, Cole? What is?"
Right. She's like paralyzed. I'm like, what can she even do right now?
It's fine. We got you, girl.
Bless. Like, I'm like, oh,
He's
look at
off
this.
you
He's
regardless.
off.
Every
He's off.
everyone but Gluten gets a little backstory trauma today.
Next
I don't
time.
got backstory
I
trauma.
do have quicken spell,
You can.
so I'm gonna have the dagger.
Before he does it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right?
So he just.
So he goes to do it.
He's just, and this is a Draken, so he has like dragon. He's basically like a dragon tiefling for all intents and purposes. He's got a big dragon tail, and he just
Dragon tails.
kind of smiles as like the fire lures around. And he just goes, "Well, there goes that," and that's where we're gonna end the session. So next session, you guys maybe get to either fight or interrogate this man on why when Pasha's still paralyzed.
Oh, when she's back, she's gonna whoop somebody's ass.
It's poison, isn't it? Not magic that paralyzed.
So, thank you all for watching this episode of Realms of Alovar, Blood and Divinity. On the next episode, they will confront this person and continue on their way to the city of Gunry to take a ship. But this was a very roleplay heavy session. I enjoyed it quite a bit. This was great. And at the end, I'm going to give DM inspiration for his roleplay to Caleb. Caleb gets a bit of DM inspiration from the great... Yes.
No, somebody
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Anybody
Yes.
else?
DM inspiration to Caleb. I give inspiration to everybody pretty often, so like Caleb gets it today, but for exceptional roleplay with Ixie in there. Good job, everyone,
That was
all
awesome.
around. But next time we will see what's going on. Why does someone want to kill Pasha
Who would want to do that?
or kidnap Pasha? Maybe. But anyway,
Dad, your dad's behind it. I know it.
we'll see y'all next time.